Good morning.
It's a real shame because we have a shortfall on the South Christchurch Library. It's the library I go to weekly. And Aaron was quoted in the paper as saying we must learn to live within our means. But he was a champion of the stadium and the extra 150 million they found to sort it out. I mean, this is a disgrace in my view. This is a community library, and I wonder how many of you have ever been to it. Some of you. Good. Well, it's a lovely library, and it's often very busy, and it is for our community. So I hope that certainly the money is found, and also that the name is changed to a Māori name, of course. I mean, South Christchurch Library is pretty boring, to be frank, in this day and age. You have excess land. This council should be proud that it has the greatest number of social houses of any council across the Motu. And I don't know anything about where the land is, but that should be land banked or built on for more social housing. People don't ask to be in these serious situations. Of course, the same old mantra, despite the fact that none of you campaigned on it, so it's totally disingenuous, selling assets. None of them should be sold off. Previous generations paid for these, and if everything that had been proposed to be sold off over the last 20 years, because we're in a serious financial situation, there'd be nothing left. And using a merchant banker to advise on the use or sale of our assets is an insult to ratepayers' intelligence. We know what they're going to say. It's in their interest to sell off, of course. I live near the Heskett River. It is a disgrace, and something should be done about it. It's time that you got the right staff to do all the jobs. This business of bringing in contractors all the time to do various things, get the staff. Tasman Council did the sum some years ago and realised it was cheaper to have in-house cleaners, which they now have. They looked across a whole series of things, This whole contracting business is a bit of a lark for the contractors and not very good for anybody else. City care should be owned and operated by the council within our city and not contracted out to other sites, to other cities. I think this competition is ridiculous, just as it is with the universities across the water. It's a really foolish idea. I just think we should be looking after our city and making sure that all of that happens. I think that's all I've got to say.
Excellent, thank you. Sam, you had a question.
Yeah, thank you for coming in and giving your passionate presentation. It's wonderful. Well, Aaron will definitely watch it back now, don't worry. In terms of the city care at the end, I just wondered how you felt about the government legislation around Three Waters, which has created a bit of ambiguity around the ownership of city care. So it's really good you're saying keep it in council ownership, but the new rules may mean that actually we don't get to keep that. It's still being worked through, but I just wondered how you felt about that.
No, it's not something really I'm up to date with.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yanni?
Yeah, thank you for the submission. Just wanted to check in terms of the properties. You've seen land owned by our council that is suitable housing should have community housing built on it. So I just want to check, are you okay us selling off like the land to like community housing providers as long as we require them to build housing on that specific site? Or are you concerned that we would like the Redcliffs example, sell off the land and to them and then they sell it off and there's no requirement for housing?
Yeah, no, I'd like it to be more council housing. I mean, we've got this desperate need in this city, as they have in other cities. Right. And I just think it's very tough, and I think people should be able to have city housing, council housing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any more questions? No, thank you very much for your submission. Thank you for coming in, taking the time.
Kia ora.
Thank you.